All right, what's going on, everyone? It's Chris here, Better Investing. Happy Monday. Today is December 22nd, 2025. We are coming up on the end of the trading year. You know, it's a good time to probably do a recap, see what you did well, see what you did bad. Think about your goals going into 2026, right? And yeah, kind of just go from there. Talk about the market really fast. I don't plan to be here for too long. I mean, it's really a slow day. Nothing really that I'm too excited about. There are some things. There are some hot setups out there. Some things actually initially moved today. We can quickly just go over Spy real fast. You know, Spy gapped up, came back, and pretty much just retested the top. Friday's highs, kind of undercut it in rally. But I mean, overall, I mean, very low volume, right? You kind of see it down here. You know, that's what you're going to get in an environment like this right now. So looking at these lows, I mean, I didn't check it intraday, but let's kind of see. Did we look down there? I don't know what the hell that's talking about. I have 682 as the low. Why is it saying 681? Let me see. Maybe I have 24 hours on. Let me see. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that was a 24-hour. Let's go back to daily. Let's see. Um, this might not be right, man. This might not be right. Let's go here. Take this off. All right, I'm on the 20. I'm on this hour. It says the low was 680.50. I'm not seeing that. Trader View's kind of pissing me off with that. What's the low? I have a low of 682. I don't understand. You get stupid shit like this that happens. Um, Good thing I wasn't looking to trade it. I mean, I wasn't trading it. I really was just watching Spy on the hourly. But again, I'm just confused as why that's showing like that. Saying the low here was 680.59. So got some stupid shit going on. You can kind of see the low is actually 682.69. So we did not come back into the bottom top of this range from yesterday. That's really annoying to kind of see that happen. But yeah, pretty bullish action across the board. I say on some things. Definitely like your quantums and some of those bounce trades that happen for the most part. But yeah, I mean, Spy for the most part, put in a higher low, right? We are trying to, pretty much establish I would say a new trend maybe. I was originally, talking about this downtrend that we had here, going into, Friday, and I was like, man, I don't want us to kind of finish around here going into the next week, right? I want to kind of see us push off of this higher low right here at the 50, and we kind of did that Friday and got that continuation today. I don't know where the low is at, honestly, because this candle is not correct. But we're not too far from all-time highs, right? It went from looking really bad to looking okay. Maybe things aren't too bad. So just something I'm looking at. And I don't have dividends on, so I don't really understand the reason for that wick to show up on this chart here. Looking at QQQ, let me just kind of confirm. Let me see what I see on the hourly here on QQQ. I have a low of 617.82 or 80.79. All right, almost the same. All right, yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, the low here was 61777, 617. Yeah, all right, so this may be correct. No, again, we kind of broke out of this downtrend, right? Friday strong push all through the EMAs, gapped up today, kind of sold off a little bit, but really, if you look at the 1 hour, like we really didn't do anything. Now here's your 1 hour. I mean, we really didn't do anything. We couldn't even break this opening candles low down here, at 617.76. We just kind of just chopped around, pretty much for the rest of the day. So again, it's the end of the month, so I mean, you'll probably find some stuff that's moving. If you can kind of anticipate it, it might get a little bit of action there. Good trade for me today was the NBIS. I did take this NBIS. Really, I just noticed like this basket was gapping up here. This is kind of your a lot of the weak stocks, and I was just looking for a scalp trade. Really tight stop on this. I kind of noticed Quantum as well was looking kind of like it was ready to go. It was gapping up as well. I was able to get in here on right under the VWAP. Let me see if I have it. Don't have it, but let's go to like a 2 minute chart, or should we can even go to a 1 minute chart? Um, but yeah, I think I had 50 shares to start off with, and then I added another 100, kind of bringing my cost basis up just a little bit, but I still was kind of going to keep my stop wherever it's at. If we can just get there. All right, so here, right here, like as we kind of reclaim VWAP, this is kind of like when I got in, then I added on it. Keeping my stop, probably I think it was like 91.90, like probably like the bottom of this candle. And we got a nice big move up. For me, I'm trailing. I'm peeling some off into strength. I want to say I got some off around closer to 95, not exactly 95. I probably cut. I want to say 100, 150 shares. I probably cut 125 up here. I mean that's a nice move, right? Almost a $3 move. And then I left my stop at break even on the rest, and I got broken out. I mean I got stopped out on the rest, and I don't think this did anything up. I just stopped looking at it after that. I don't think it. Oh, did it go up? I don't know. It didn't do anything else for the rest of the day. So I mean, I'm fine with that. Again, like for stocks that I wanna swing, I want to see it kind of push away from my cost basis. I don't want to see it trade near my cost basis. I want to have a comfortable position. That's just kind of way I trade. So yeah, I mean, nice move from right here. 150 shares or so. Peeled some off, most of them off up here. Left 50 or so for break even. Maybe 25. I can't remember. 25 or 50. Got stopped out on the rest. So it is what it is. Could it work? Can it continue to go? Yeah, of course. But that's all I have to say about it. I mean, not the best looking price action candle on the day. Kind of like a doji. Indecision. We're coming right into this 100-day moving average from below. It is still curling up, but you do have the 50-day curling down from above. And this anchor VWAP that I don't really pay a lot of attention to, but I threw it on there a little while ago when someone told me to kind of slap on the anchor VWAP from the highs on Rigetti and this one to do a comparison, and I just kind of left it there. Rigetti, actually, we can go look at Rigetti real fast. These quantums, I probably didn't choose the right one, but these quantums had a pretty impressive move today. This isn't the cleanest pullback, but we did kind of pull back, back into this previous, swing, higher low. That should be a higher low if I turn on the pivots, right? Where's my pivot? All right, right back into this higher low. All right, and then we kind of gapped up, and we did. It was pretty impressive today to kind of see how this worked. I was kind of marking this out. I want to say, yeah, kind of marking this out. I want to see what happens here. As you can see, like, we kind of just traded a little bit sideways right here, broke down from this 2680 spot, right? Came all the way down to 2620, right? And then we kind of finished pretty close. Let me take all this shit off. I mean, not too bad of a close here. You kind of see the buyer stepping in. What is this that I'm about to delete? I don't think that's something I want to delete, but okay, maybe it is. Pretty aggressive close here. Until the end of the day. So I mean, this is something probably you could watch for tomorrow. See if there's some day two continuation. From this gap up. You kind of got your line in the sand right here. On the hourly price 26.30. But let's see what happens tomorrow with it. Honestly, outside of that, I mean, not really much to do here. But you might get a day two tomorrow. But again, it is the end of the month, so you do have to keep that in mind. So yeah. All right. Honestly, outside of that, I was looking at this. Let's see how this finished. I didn't take it, but I had it on my watch list. What do I have on my watch list? I was looking at this. This WRBY. I wonder how it traded today. I don't know. This kind of looked okay. I kind of seen this little pattern here. It's kind of holding this like this 25, 50, 25, 80 location. And we did break out. Today in the morning. But yeah, it was this candle here that kind of just like I wanted to see how the hourly worked out, and it just wasn't the best hourly candle. I really want to kind of see that push, and I probably would have bought some shares, but looking at how it finished on the hourly, just wasn't too big of a fan of it. I mean, I guess you could have just slapped it right here and in the little days, right? And I don't know where you risk down to, maybe 70 cents. I mean, 25, 70. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that was kind of the move. Outside of that, I had this excuse me, this LNHT. Did this a nice little pattern. Probably, definitely not the, it's, doesn't gap down too many times from $100, right? This is down a lot, but I just kind of, I marked this out on Friday, and it did kind of get that continuation from 66 all the way up to almost $69. Uh, this Kodak Science, this is one I was looking at. I haven't found another way into this. This is the candle. I said it was it's really been this trading and respecting technicals a lot. As you can see here, as I kind of slapped on these little flags that it did, it's pulled back to the 50, right? This gap down, offers some, I don't know, some share dilutions or whatever. All right, and this thing's been pressing higher. Oh, QCOM, I did cut this today. It just isn't working. Ain't got time for something that's not going to work. I'll board this day here above the red to green right here around 75, 60 on this day here, and I ended up peeling off some on Friday because I just wasn't comfortable with the size I had to swing just in case of a gap down. Now we did kind of open up here, and I kept my regular position. I said I'm just going to see what happens to the day. And as we kind of broke back down, and I want to say I probably closed it, probably break even on the rest. I think I want to say. I said, man, if it comes back to my stop, my original stop, I'm just gonna cut it, and I did, and I'm not mad at that because look where it closed at. So I think I had to stop in, got stopped out. Is what it is. This Intel, I'm still watching this Intel. I'm glad I didn't take it today. Just kind of establishing these higher lows. I mean, this would have been the candle you probably buy it over, but it's not the best looking price action candle. Looking at that wick, I wish this was like a flip. I probably would have bought that. If this wasn't like an inverted hammer. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, I don't really have too much to say right now. We'll just have to kind of see how the market reacts for the rest of the week. Again, it's a short week, so I mean, don't try to get too crazy this week, right? Trying to make a P&L day, P&L week. If you lost money today, come back, check tomorrow, see if you see anything. But I don't think this is a period where you want to be forcing any trades into a holiday week, right? I mean, it's just not going to be a lot of action. I personally believe you might get a follow through on some stocks, but you probably just won't. I think it'll probably be a lot of more fake outs, if anything. Again, they gapped it up on a lot of things. Looks like it was a short, probably a short tomorrow here on the cipher. But yeah, BE. Yeah, the gap ups kills everything, man. When they gap it up a lot. But yeah, I think that's really about. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Let's check out this SanDisk. This is still looking pretty good from that breakout. Damn, it came back and retested this trend line. Peeled off. Let me see. Is there higher low? Probably could have slapped. Yeah, green candle to hold right over this 234. Yeah, maybe. Probably was best to buy it on this day here off this higher low. But man, it doesn't do nothing for the rest of the day until the next day it goes. All right. Yeah. I mean, that's about all I got. I don't really have. Oh golly, ASTS. Shitting me. Damn. Is this going back to $100? Man, this gaps up right over this spot. I think I can get rid of this. Um, Probably can get rid of this too. Um, I mean, I know Rocket Lab had some news came out on Friday, and I'm at again just looking at this. I still have I still should have the tool on it. Right, this is kind of what I was marking off on Friday. I was like, man, I would probably take this, but then we gapped it up. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, just a little bit too. Oh yeah, Solar's had a bid today as well. What am I doing? What do we got? Where Solar's at? This FSLR, and it's so tricky because it just popped out of nowhere. You kind of like had to already be in it. But if you go to, I'm just gonna type it in real fast. FSLR. Um, FSLR. I thought that this was a nice weekly pattern, like right here. Um, yeah, that shit looked good. And I haven't touched this trend line. Like this is the trend line I had set. You know, you kind of see the lower high is kind of building here in this tight price action, but it just went out of nowhere. Like I don't even know what made it go. Um, yeah, just like look at it. It wasn't doing shit the entire time. You know, from the open at 9:30, really kind of sold off a little bit, and then you just got this fucking rocket candle out of nowhere. I don't know. Folks, oh, they sold something. I think they sold something to. I don't know if it was Google or somebody. Yeah, so they sold something to Google. Intersect Power, a key customer. Yeah, so they sold some shit to them. Um, but yeah, man, I had this. I said, man, when? Yeah, how do you buy that? Where's that trend line at? Literally just went. If I have my alert set right here, but I don't know how fucking fast that went. Yeah, and I went in 2 minutes. By the time I already got to it, it's probably already up here. But damn. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's this solar. I had this. We were talking about this last week. I said this one looks. It was looking pretty good. I probably wanted a few more days inside. Maybe come down, swipe this 50, wash out some folks, but uh, not too bad of a move right there, honestly. Um, ROL. What's ROL? Is this Rolls Royce? What's this? ROL. Rollins. I heard of this stock before. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't really respect the moving average for the most part, but um, yeah, if you're in this, it looks good. If you got in this, and yeah, it looks like it's ready to break out. Blue skies. It looks like. Let me see. God damn, yeah, that's blue skies on that. So when I say blue skies, like it's gonna make new all time highs. Well, it just probably already did make new all time highs. The stock was 80 cents. Oh, not yet. Hasn't made new all time highs yet, but it's probably really close to it. Doesn't really have a lot of. It doesn't really move a lot. Um, when you look at its ATR, it only moves about a dollar or so a day. So it's kind of hard to It's not the really the type of stocks I really look at. Talking about the Argentina ATF. What's the Argentina ATF? I had it. I just don't remember the symbol. Um, is it EWJ? No, that's Brazil. Uh, I don't know. We could get a little squeeze going into the end of the year. You know, some stocks. ARGT, ARGT. Yeah, I mean, I can see what people. I can see why people are looking at this. Um, Me personally, it probably has to build out a little cleaner. I don't know how I would want to slap this. It's kind of just like building a flag almost. It's just trading sideways, really. Like if you turn on these moving averages, I mean, you turn on this line chart. Like, I mean, that's really what it's doing. It's building a high. I don't know if this is a high type flat. I don't know if that's the correct terminology to use here, but it's just trading sideways. Um, Ideal location will probably be towards the bottom of this range, where you can kind of like clearly invalidate this particular setup. Um, or if it breaks out, if you want to be the guy to buy the breakout, cool. I think the easier setup on breakouts is if it does break out and then retest, you kind of buy that turn. You buy that turn and put your stop underneath there, using a lower time frame like an hourly or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, right now, I can see why people are interested in it. I just don't see a setup really. Um, Maybe right here, a little double inside day underneath the 20. Buy above there. But again, it's another stock. It's a $90 stock and it moves, $2.5, right? But you go look at NBIS. NBIS is a $90 stock, and whenever this comes up, NBIS, moves $8. So like, do I want to trade an Argentina ETF that trades around $2 a day, or do I want to trade an NBIS that trades around $8 a day? So, um, slow mover is probably easier to it's probably easier to hold with like less volatility, but it's a slow mover. So, what you do today though? This is the only thing I bought. I got stopped out on the rest, and I closed my QCOM. Um, Everything else I'm not in. Oh, this motherfucker went still. I suck at this. Damn, this looked good. I took this off. Just wasn't too big of a fucking fan of it. Oh, this right here. This is ADR, RVol, PVol, float. That shit right here. And it just like gives you like relative information, the market cap, share float, the R's rating, relative volume, projected volume, average volume. This right here is the average volume in dollars amount, right? So it only trades around $36 million. So tells you the sector, all that. It's it's this one right here. And then once I go to it, I just take some stuff off. I don't need all this shit showing. Like, I took some stuff off. Yeah, Palantir. I mean that was a tough one. And I was looking at this from either direction. I think the first direction I was leaning to was if it wanted to roll back through the 50-day moving average. Only thing is like I wanted it to happen when it's closer to the 50, not when it's rolling through the 50 all the way down here at 179, right? When it opened up at 185. Yeah, you can get a day trade on it, but it's harder to kind of you know swing that, definitely from this viewpoint up. And then I was looking at it from a loan perspective here before we got this red candle, and it literally got stuff. And again, it's not something you want to short down here at the 50 after it done peeled off about $10. And now it just broke out. Um, I mean, this kind of showing some exhaustion right here with this candle, but gotta take everything with a grain of salt considering it's the end of the month. Relatively low volume. Um, a weekly doesn't look bad. I don't think the weekly looks as tradable, but yeah. What else was it that I was out there looking at? I have this tight list I got from what's his name? I forgot his name. Um, Michael, I forgot his name. Figuring out trader. He has like a tight list. I was taking a look at this earlier. Anything on here look good? Well, actually, everything I liked on here, I actually put on my green list. Like this Phonetronics. What did this end up doing today? This Neo didn't look good, so this broke out today. Damn. Solid trade. Let's see if we would have got stopped out. If I bought over this $12 and say if I got in at 12.05, I'm risking down to 11.84. I mean, shit. You're risking 22 cents. You can buy 1,000 shares, 500 shares. Let's see how it would have looked. Yeah, no, you would never got stopped out. Where is this at? What's today? Oh, right here. Yeah, you had to been watching it. But nice move to the end of the day. Yeah, man, I like this. I forgot who I got it from. But it's just easier to kind of see some stuff. Like you can like get a better idea of like what the ATR percentage is. Like I don't have to have all those indicators up. I see what the RS rating is. All right. I can see the projected volume. I don't know if their projected volume. Let me change this. Hold on. Let me figure out what the projected. What's the projected volume using here? What do you use for projected volume? You use 20. Alright, so let me change this to 20. What is 20? Oh no, 20. There we go. So everything lines up now. Let me save this. So now like my volume down here, it shows you the average is 1.76 and that lines up right here at 1.76. So that's good. Um yeah, man, I think that's really about all I have really. I think this is a nice looking ass pattern on this Amir Sports. Never traded this before, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But this is a nice little pattern here. Um, I'll have to probably go back and look at this, like see how clean has it worked in the past. Well, it's a really new stock. It's a really new IPO. It looks like I don't know what this company does. Um, 1.7 billion. It must have been around for a while. Uh, Shit ton of debt. ball and racket sports segment released to sports equipment, apparel. Oh, okay. So they sell the Marnies, the Marini. I think that's how you pronounce it. These are like the bats. I know. I remember seeing this bat when I played softball. Louisville Slugger, Wilson. Okay, that's what they sell. Look like they just IPO'd. I don't know. This shit doesn't look too bad here. You know. I can kind of see this. Doesn't move a lot. Only moves $1. But if you want to kind of put on a swing, risking 60 cents. Back into these highs. Do not give you a 2 to 1. I don't know. Something to just keep on watching. Oh. Yeah, man. I mean, that's really it for me. Yeah, again, not too much. End of the year, so again, just be patient. New Year's coming around. We'll figure out, what the theme is. Going into next year. What they're slapping, what they're selling. And really just go from there, honestly. My 49ers play tonight, so we gotta get this win, baby. Um, yeah, I think I had this on my list as a short. Maybe I should not have this on my list as a short. I was looking at this little pattern here, but looking at the way it's playing out, there's no reason to have it as a short. Um, Where's that MRK? I was I talked about this last week down here. It's a nice move back up to these highs. Choo 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 choo. Yeah, man, that's about it. I don't think there's too much else that I need to go over. Twilio still acting right. Okay, pulling back a little bit. It kind of overshot this bear gap. Why did it? Was it this the low? Is this a low right here? Okay. The low here was 142.78. Okay, yeah, right around here. Um, yeah. This doesn't really look that good to me. Let me take off some stuff. Let me like move this. I think I'm too concerned with that. I just kind of see this right here. Like if I flip this over, like it's ready to hold here and break out. I don't know. How's that look to me? I don't know why I see that. Yeah, I feel like this is more like bearish to like neutral than it is bullish. I mean, price is holding below, a declining 50, um, sitting right here at the 20 and 100 day. Hasn't really respected the 100 day. I feel like you have had reactions near the 50 here, kind of here, maybe a little farther back. I don't know. This kind of gives me a bear flag look. I'll probably take this out from here. It gets you right down into the 200. This isn't really like a bear flag. It's like wedging up, I would say, more, if anything. So, did this Netflix go today? This was the one I had as a bear flag. Um, I said I wanted it for it to wait until Monday. Didn't really get a move on it though. But something to keep in mind. A couple ways to look at this. Yeah, man, that's about it. Oh yeah, let me go check out like EMPH. What the hell did this do? I know that CSIQ made a move. That was nice. Damn, I really like when it does that. I kind of, it's not the cleanest, but I kind of like when price action does this, like on the daily. Like it kind of shows those higher lows. 'Cause I can kind of like visualize like the flag pattern it probably puts right on the hourly. You can kind of see it there, kind of just flagging. They had to gap it up. So, but all right, man, I'm out of here. Peace. God bless.